Is a national holiday in this country, and until recently hasn't been questioned much by many people. But Native Americans are becoming increasingly vocal in calling for an end to this holiday that they believe honors a man who destroyed their people. Here to address this issue are Bob Castillo, a Native American and organizer of the International Tribunal, and John Lagnito, president of Columbus Day Incorporated, which endorses this annual celebration. This has become a very controversial issue in this 500th anniversary of Columbus's voyage. First of all, from each of you, just very quickly, what does Columbus Day mean to you, John?
Columbus Day is a celebration of honoring the immigrant from the Italian-American culture and commemorating the discovery of America through a Genoese navigator who got beyond the courage and searched for something based on an opinion.
I can almost bet, Bob, that you're going to disagree with what he had to say. It doesn't mean the same thing to you, especially when he said the discovery of America.
Of course, we were already here, but to us, Columbus represents the first assault of a mass European invasion of the North and South American continent.
This is obviously an issue that has become really a boiling one this year. How do you think that the two of you can begin to work it out, or can it be worked out? What do you propose? How does the tribunal that you are holding this weekend address this?
The tribunal doesn't actually put Columbus on trial. It puts a Columbus legacy. It puts the genocide that Columbus brought to the Americas, but it's the United States government who has really inherited those types of policies. So today, Sunday, we'll be having the verdict, which is an international tribunal. It's a real tribunal that will catapult us to the World Court or to the International Court. So we hope people will really look at what has happened to us, the genocide, the elimination of our peoples.
Can you blame that all on Columbus?
Well, Columbus had a policy that he took us back in chains to Spain. He promised to fill rooms full of gold. He promised to give them as many slaves as possible. He wrote, with 50 soldiers, I could subjugate them. And that's exactly what his intention was. He came back with conquistadors, and you translate that from Spanish, it's called conquerors, not a discoverer. But we have to be kind of glad, in a way, that Columbus was looking for a shorter trade route to India. It's why we're called Indians. Had he been looking for Turkey, you'd be asking me, what kind of turkey am I? So he didn't discover nothing. The man was lost.
I see you're ready to jump in there, John.
Well, absolutely, because I think there's a big distinction between the Italian-American commemoration of Christopher Columbus and what Mr. Castillo is talking about. And the Italian-American community really is commemorating the immigration of Italian-Americans in this country over the last 150 years.
But it hasn't been, quite honestly, celebrated that way over the years. In fact, even in the beginning, you said we're celebrating the discovery of America by Columbus, and I think there are many people who would take exception with that term, discovery.
Discovery might be an inappropriate word. We're really commemorating, and the reason that we are using the word commemoration is due that we have Italian-Americans feel that a Genoese navigator was someone who was able to reach beyond his existing boundaries at that time. And concurrently, how you asked how we may solve the problem today is with people like Bob and I engaging in dialogue to move beyond the boundaries that exist today.
Does the dialogue that you generate in the tribunal, and I remember in reading the news release about the tribunal, it said we're going to talk about the hate crimes and about the violence and about the genocide. Does that actually contribute to antagonizing people against each other?
I don't believe so. Some people are so close-minded it may antagonize them, but we hope to educate people of the atrocities have been committed. I know I've made many mistakes in my life, and I hope that I can look at those mistakes, and I hope that I apologize for offending somebody, and I will. And if I've done something wrong to you, I'll listen to you.
Do you think then is this the aim of the tribunal? Do you think that America owes an apology, perhaps, to Native Americans and others who have been oppressed?
Of course. I mean, America is still engaged in genocide against Native American peoples. 2 months ago, the Bureau of Indian Affairs passed a law stating that they can terminate a tribe at any time, even if there's a standing treaty with them. they are not making any attempt to correct anything that has been wrong with the indigenous peoples. It's a continued war against our people. This is important that people see this.
Is there an attempt to change the celebrations this year because of this controversy, to make them different?
The celebrations in the Italian American community really do not focus on what Mr. Castillo is talking about.
But it is all America that celebrates Columbus Day, not just, it is a national holiday, so it's not just the Italian American community.
It's the focus over the last year since 1869 in San Francisco has been on the Italian American community.
So will it be different this year because of this controversy?
What has come out of this is the gift that we have to each other is the dialogue and communication. We have put together a Native American scholarship to allow the Native Americans to study the Italian culture in Europe, and also a scholarship for the Italian Americans to discover and understand the Native American culture, and those are the things that we're trying to do to work with the Native Americans.
But you think we should still celebrate a Columbus Day nationally, as a national holiday?
We think we ought to commemorate what the Italian people have always commemorated, and that's the traditions of family.
Whether it's Columbus Day or not?
Right. It's an immigrational theory that we're embarking on.
And you think we should not have a Columbus Day as a national holiday?
We should eliminate Columbus Day. We should look at truth and history, exactly what Columbus' policies were. Where he set up tribute systems. If we didn't give him a certain amount of gold, he cut off our hands. If we fled, he cut off our legs. This is not a man to use for commemoration. The Italian community can look at Galileo or someone else.
Out of time. I know you wanted to get in one more point. We've run out of time. Thank you so much, though. But I like what you said, that you both are going to talk and have dialogue. So that's the beginning, I think. Thank you both. Now, if you would like to attend the International Tribunal of Indigenous Peoples and Oppressed Nations, it will be taking place today from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Mission High in San Francisco. For more information, please call 415-552-1992. That's 1992. Or if you'd like to contact Columbus Day Incorporated, please call 415-434-1492. That's 1492. Now, don't go away. Up next, the